Zilkin and I go by Prophet Hanna. I'm doing another entry today. These entries are very important. It's to create awareness and a push for change. As you know, I live in Markham, Ontario, and we saw World War III in 2013 because of my discovery of KANADA means wings. People were sent over saying bird is ours, which was countered as, no, it's a highlight, it belongs to me, it's something new, bird is too generic, you can fight it out at the highest of courts. It started World War III. Wings always does, because it's part of the devil's tongue. Markham eventually became Mark Them, if you're following along, because we're over day 10,000. I sometimes have to repeat so you get into the circle of it. After Mark Them, it became Hanan, so my little zone is Hanan. But it's still under regulation. It has been nothing but hell. We'll give you an example. So on August 2nd, my bill was $375 with ROGERS. At one point in the story, I was paying like $2,000. As I go down, I look at my credits. Oh, it took 40 days to get that credit in of $50. I have late charges. Oh, there's another one. More late charges. I don't say nothing. August 2nd, there's a payment of $135. It's about total 200 minus 375 is 175. No big deal. I'm okay with it. A couple of late charges. I'm sure I'm paying somebody's bill. That's all right. I'm easygoing like that. On September 2nd now, I get a bill of $328. I'm really tight this month. I live off donations because over the years I have paid everybody's bill to try to keep the area afloat, to stop them from fighting. No big deal. First of all, the bill should be $275. It comes in at $328. Again, I'm easygoing. I don't say nothing. We've had Secret Service who have died. We have Army guys who have died. I'm not saying that's nothing for me. But I'm really tight. And we live off donations and we live off, we're trying to stabilize the area. About 10 days later, I call in, I talk to the girl and I say, you know what? I should really be on zero billing. And I explain for a 5-year period, we got some insane bills, like $2,000. Can you reverse some of those late charges just for this month? She brings down this bill from $328 to $219. Remember, the first bill had a whole bunch of charges that were paid late. This one now, 10 days later, she brings it down to $219. 2 days later, I get something in the mail. It's my September 2nd bill. I'm like, September 2nd? Okay, I should have a bill of $219. So what they did was they backdated the bill on September 2nd and put in an amount of 10 days prior, the conversation of 10 days prior, into this bill. I spent an hour on the phone with the girl lobbying for donations, and it brought it to the same point. In fact, it's a little bit higher. So what they did was they swallowed about $200-300, if you get the drift of that. Now I have a problem because I'm talking to Hanna, a customer service representative, who's Indian. And I say, Hanna, we have compliance. She's playing dumb. Possibly a call center in Bangladesh somewhere. It's so damn frustrating what Markham has become. Canada was such a beautiful country. Forget about it not being beautiful. It's the infrastructure damage and stuff like that. I said, there's a problem, Hanna. Why is, on the 2nd of September, a conversation that occurred 10 days later on this bill? She said, glitch. From the time I did that and I went did my nightly stroll, not to strangle anybody, because I'm angry now. The anger is the lack of responsibility for humans. As they pushed a woman to a ground, millions died. I tried to keep this area afloat, and they have the whole Canada, but they brought these fraudsters in. There's a couple of Chinese families around me, and for the first time their income went from $10,000 to $20,000 a year, and they're all happy, but they're on the down low. They're on the down low, and they switched between the Indians and them. And that is England doing that. And we're just really tired of all these people. This is nothing. They brought in people from around the world to bring to up north to lock people up. It has been nothing but primitive. And I'm not dogging them, because I do have Chinese in me, and by God's will, I do have Indian in me. But it's a cultural thing. Because in our culture, we're neutral to many others. They're creating class differences. They're using AI for fraud. This is a perfect example of money laundering. You see how that August 2nd bill, there was $200 credit? It's that credit that they're swallowing, because they're bringing it forward to the August bill. And they're taking a back date to the September bill, crushing the 200 to pocket or the 300 to pocket. Possibly paying their own soldiers or their own marketing. And they're getting mad as hell that I'm not following them or following order. Like, they don't understand the culture of Canada and the United States. They made a mess of the United States. And it's not necessarily them. It could be the weaponry guys. It could be Europe. You know, it's a cultural variance. It's really tough. From the time I did this bill, about 30 minutes later, I walked to the post box. I hear firecrackers. Once upon a time, firecrackers were so beautiful to me. Now I hate them, because that's when they blow firecrackers and they shoot down houses. This is based off a true story and the struggle of what's going on in the vicinity. Let alone, what blew my mind today too, is you go down the street. France made a killing off me. Millions, over a few $1 billion, easy. And I asked for a bag of twigs. A garbage bag of twigs for my fireplace. Let alone I'm the biggest figure now. And he blew me off for being a woman. And he said no to the garbage thing. These are real challenges in the zone of Markham. And it's not about ratting out people. It's about awareness that we have these kind of problems and they're overwhelmed. And this person is finished the Evolve exhibit. And you know the game, right? If I give it to them, they kill me. If I don't give it to them, they get killed, because it's better they get killed. Or if we both lose now, and this is where they really, really have to be smart. If they both lose, if we both lose, the world may end. Because it's like two goats on a bridge. They're not budging, I'm not budging. We both fall, and that's how the world ends. And they take it very seriously because it's based off a prophecy of Israel. It's almost cult-like. So, you know, I sent Rogers a letter this time. Let's see what happens. I should be on 0 billing. But I live in Trouville. Up north, there's a whole bunch of people that are locked up. United States Eastern Coast is a disaster. Certain states are a disaster. I'm praying that was all acting. Another entry.